All right,
All
boys is
right.
outside.
Oh boy, episode 3, man. We're just cranking these out, dude. Holy shit. Episode 3, Joe and Gio. This episode, we're going to be talking about value. What is value in relation to the art of living? How do we define value, Gio, and my definition of value? How does someone create value? How can you be valuable to other people? How can you avoid being not valuable to people that you love and care about? Because, in the art of living, obviously human connection is important in our communities and our tribe, and we'll get into that, with other topics. But value, Jesus, man, like there's so many things we can talk about pertaining to value. For me personally, defining value is, for me as a guy, right, as like a dude in his mid 20s, I define
Mhm.
value as how someone leaves my presence. So if someone can leave my presence with more knowledge to multiply their money, to be a better person than they were yesterday, to be a positive influence on others, or to be better than they were before they entered it, just in any way, shape, or form, then for me, I am upholding being a valuable person, a valuable man. And this isn't a podcast, on masculinity or whatever, but for me as like a mid 20s guy, that's how I define value. And
Sure.
I think that in today's day and age, especially in 2024, it can be difficult, to try and sift through maybe like friend groups and connections and friendships that you have and people that you know and people you're connected with to find and stick around people that can create value for you. This is going off my definition, right? And this has been my dilemma because I left the US a while ago. So for me, it's been kind of difficult to find that because I want to be around people that can elevate me, right? Not bring me down. Um, but that's my definition of value, and that's what I try to live my life by. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. Everybody should has some value in some way, shape, or form. I like your definition because it leads into like one of my definitions. I measure a person's value by two definitions. One, like you said, how does someone feel after you leave their presence? Do they feel better, worse, or indifferent? On top of that, I also measure value by what you have that what can someone take from your life and apply to their own. So everybody should strive to have some kind of value because ultimately that's what draws people into you, you know? Like I always tell people, think of the people in your circle. They're not just like your family, your friends. Family maybe, those are the people you're born with and you kind of have blood ties to them. But at least in terms of like friendship, your friends are not just your friends because they're your friends. It's just a title earned at face value, you know? Like
Yeah.
maybe your friends just find you funny. Maybe they appreciate the conversations you share, or maybe they just find comfort and solace in you that they don't have anywhere else or can't find anywhere else. So that would be your value to them. So everybody is drawn to someone because they have something to offer. What that something is, I don't know. You don't know, but it's to each their own, essentially.
We can cut it
Have
out,
a-
or we can keep it in. Fuck it.
Okay, we
So
outside.
yeah, man, I like that definition of value a lot, dude. I think that a lot of people can relate to that. I think that part of the human experience, part of the art of living, is being able to, find community, belonging with others, and to be able to find comfort in others. We're human beings. We biologically we need connection, whether that is emotional, physical, whatever type of connection it is. Human beings are social creatures, so any type of connection we can get is going to be crucial to the art of living and the just the human condition. Now, creating value, going off of what you were talking about, can be difficult. um Oftentimes when we think of someone valuable, we think of, maybe if you're into sports, you think of an MVP on your favorite sports team. I'm a Packers fan, so uh, Aaron Rodgers, baby, he's no longer there, obviously, but someone that can take charge, lead, and be an example for someone. I know I'll probably get hate for that, but whatever. And hindsight's 2020, but someone that can lead and take charge and pick up the slack where others are failing, or wherever they're not putting in their share of the work or carrying their weight. That's someone that is valuable as a leader. someone that's valuable as a partner, like a girlfriend for me, will have very different traits than that of Aaron Rodgers. Someone that's valuable for me as a friend will have very different traits than someone that's, than a girlfriend for me, obviously. Someone that, a family member that is valuable to me will have very different traits than Aaron Rodgers, my girlfriends, and my friends. So people can provide value in many different ways, like you said. My aunt personally, I love this woman, dude. She provides value to me. She's someone that I love with all my heart because whenever I'm having a shit day, whenever I'm having a horrible day, whenever I feel terrible, I go to her, and within 15 minutes, I feel so much better because her value to me is that she lifts my spirits. My girlfriends, whenever I'm having a horrible day, they'll hit me up and they'll tell me about their day. They'll ask me about my day. They'll be there to provide me comfort and they'll lift my spirits. One of my best friends, and then I've, other buddies too. But for example, you personally, you're someone that I can share things with that maybe I can't share with, my girlfriends or maybe with family members, right? And just get off my chest with you. And I know that I won't be judged for that. So you provide a safe space for me to, I hate using that word so fucking much, man, but you provide a space for me to get shit off my chest, right? So as well, my mom, I mean, she provides a safe space for my anxieties and my worries, things that I would never share with a girlfriend or even the people closest to me, because of her unconditional love. You will never have, someone that loves you as unconditionally as your mom. So I really cherish that relationship. At the end of the day, though, everyone that I just mentioned provides value in different ways, going off of what you said. And I think that when you are fortunate enough to have people in your life that can provide that type of value to you, it is your responsibility, it's our responsibilities to also be of value to them.
Absolutely, man. It's a two-way street, and you said it perfectly. Everybody has value in different ways. I'm sure, like, I've always heard people say, like, oh, I have multiple best friends, but you know what? Like, I get it because not everybody serves the same purpose, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, of my best friends, like, there's you first and foremost. Like, the same way you described, like, I'm not gonna throw up any signs. But
Yeah.
everybody serves a different purpose, man, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like everybody has different values in some way, shape, or form.
You're not going to put a
Like,
cornerback to play, center, dude, or left guard,
absolutely,
right? Like,
absolutely.
that's not going
Like,
to work like
like
that.
I have my one best friend who, like, we shoot the shit. We're always there for each other, and
Yeah.
like that's my go-to guy to hang out, grab a drink, have a cigar, or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's that. I don't have other people for that, and that's okay. And there's you and me, obviously, because of the physical distance, we don't always see each other. But we shoot the shit and we make up for it. We pick up where we left off, and
We started a brand
and
together, dude, even though we're 5,000 miles away.
literally, man, like that's value enough. Like if that doesn't say enough, then I really don't know what to tell you. But yeah, man, like value doesn't come. It's not just a one size fits all package.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just like there's so many different loopholes and ways that people can go about it and one offer it to others and be of that value to other people.
100%, man. And I think that when we're fortunate enough to have people in our lives that can bring us value, mom's unconditional love, your best buddies, your girlfriend, whoever it is, your partner, a friend group, a support group, whatever it is, I think that, we owe it to them to also be of value to them. So not being a liability, right? Not being someone that they have to worry, oh, if he comes around, are they going to cost you money? If he comes around, is he going to disturb my peace? If he comes around or she comes around, are they going to make my quality of life less than it is right now? So being able to be an asset to your people because they deserve it for them, not for you, because that is how you show gratitude, right? To be an asset to your people. Love is a verb, it's an action. So to show them that you love them, you appreciate them, you should be an asset to them. Obviously, we have that responsibility. Um, no, you want to
The
be
people
able
you love
to,
should never question. Sorry, the people, just because you've told me this before, and I don't think it like correlates. It can't correlate any better than it is right now. But
yeah,
the people you love should never question their position in your life.
yeah. Fuck, man. 1 second. All right, it's still going. We're good now. We're back. Technical difficulties.
Take 10 or whichever one is.
Yeah,
All right, the boys is back.
yeah,
Yeah, man. You're the people you love, the people that you care about in your life, the people of value to you should never have to question their position in your life. Like that's where it's our responsibility to be of value to them just as equally as they are to us.
that's a good point. Being able to, through your actions, right, through the way that you uphold your character, be able to reinforce, to the people in your life that obviously provide you value and you care about and you're grateful for. They don't question their position in your life. I think that, like you said too, it's a two-way street. So being able to provide that back and forth for other people, to provide value and to be able to share gratitude back and forth, two-way street. I mean, that's super important, especially when it comes to people in your closer circle, right? Like mom, dad, friends, family, significant others, things like that.
For sure. For sure. Especially if you're again, we're in our late 20s. We're two men in our late 20s finding our own ways in life. Of you and me, we do it way more unorthodox than anyone else. So in my case specifically, I know people always, say, hey, is there anything good with Geo? Or like, I haven't heard from Geo because, I'm busy, I'm doing my own thing. But at the end of the day, it's still my responsibility to tell the people of value in my life, mom, dad, cousins, brothers, sister, the whole nine yards, everybody, that they're still at the top of my totem pole, that they're still of value to me. And I feel I owe responsibility to them to share that value with them as well, the same way they've done so for me.
Mhm.
So, like you said, it's a two-way street. It's a matter of being of value to your people and being an asset to them and not a liability. Because just because you have someone in your corner, you have to be honest with yourself
Yeah,
and question whether they're an asset or they're a liability. To
dude,
be, it
you're so
goes
right,
back
man.
to it goes back to my definition of value. Do you feel better, worse, or indifferent after leaving someone's presence? How do they
And
make
it
you feel?
hurts,
Because
man,
there's
when you have to weigh that again, when you have
it
to
really does.
really consider if someone is an asset or liability to you, no matter how much of a bro they are to you, how much of a buddy they are to you, no matter how close they are to you, because maybe you've just spent so much time around them, it can be difficult to have to reweigh that and reevaluate that relationship, dude. It can be very difficult. Um, I've been
Absolutely.
finding myself in that position um, a lot lately personally. I got a couple of things going on in my life right now, and I got a big move coming up. And, and there are a lot of people that I've worked with and where I am right now on projects and passion projects and things that I really wanted to do. And oftentimes it can be difficult to reevaluate people's position in your life, whether or not they're an asset or liability. And especially when you're working in a group with people too, that can be the most difficult thing, right? When maybe you feel like you're pulling more of the weight, or maybe someone else is pulling more of the weight in a specific group or project, and people there are just not taking it as seriously as you. And it can hurt because it's like, wow, like I've invested so much time in X, Y, or Z project, that X, Y, or Z job, and X, Y, or Z relationship. And there's a phenomenon called the sunk cost fallacy, sunk cost phenomenon. You can Google it, and it's about when you're down on something like a stock or when something is decreasing in value, do you cut the rope then and there, or do you keep holding on because so much time has been invested into it? So the sunk cost fallacy is something that people should look into, and I think that um, we can go on about this, but being able to cut your losses short so you don't keep losing in that relationship or in that situation is it can be difficult, but sometimes it's necessary, especially when you're reevaluating the value that someone, whoever it is providing you, right?
Sometimes holding on hurts more than letting go, man. Like I think you said it perfectly because sometimes we spend so much time around people not realizing that we just don't recognize their purpose. And a lot of people are gonna gun on me and be like, "What do you mean they need to have a purpose?" Or just hear me out. That again, not everybody serves the same purpose. Some people in your circle are just gonna be drinking buddies. Some people are just gonna be there they're gonna be there when you go through a breakup, a tough time, a loss in the family.
Damn,
They're
man,
gonna
you're
be a
dropping these
shoulder to
fucking
cry
truth
on.
bombs on me, dude. Fuck.
I just
my
work
bad.
here, man.
No. Dude, that's crazy, man.
Nah,
Because
it's
it's
cool, man.
like you're right about that. Some people have a specific role to fulfill, and some are literally, quite literally, drinking buddies. You know, some are quite literally,
And yeah,
a hookup, relationship for a small fling or whatever, like a short-term thing. You know, some are even just for one night. You know, some
and that's
people aren't
okay.
meant to be
And that's
lifelong
okay.
partners. You know, so damn, bro, you're dropping some fucking truth bombs on me, dude. Shit. Fucking, I got
It
ripped
is, man.
today,
Like,
dude. So like, quick tangent. I got fucked today on buying Tesla puts. I was betting on the stock going down, and I got fucking smoked, dude. Now I'm getting smoked mentally from these bombs you're dropping on me, boy. So I'm getting double blown up, boy. Shit.
I'm Gio. Thanks for coming to my TED talk.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm sorry to interrupt, man. But no, I mean,
You're good, fam.
yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah, man. Like, you know what? As like every now and then, I reflect on all the people that some people that I've distanced myself from. Like some people that we were super close, and we're still close. We just close emotionally, but not as physically as we used to be. You know, and that's okay. It's just um I always tell people, don't be afraid to let go of anything or anyone that doesn't add value to your life. Like it's okay to keep people within your circle, within your close friends or whatever it may be, but be honest in their position in your life and be honest in your position in theirs.
That's crazy, dude. Um, this episode just took a turn to like some personal shit, man. You know, so. Um, Yeah, dude, it's difficult. It's difficult to have to reevaluate people's position in your life. You know, I've always shared this with like girlfriends I've had, buddies I've had, people that I work with, coworkers, everyone that's come across me. I've always shared this with them. You know, you look at your life as a company. You're the CEO of your company, and um, you know, you have to lay off the workforce sometimes. There has to be job cuts sometimes because you need to save on costs for, hiring people and maybe having people working for you to then focus your efforts on research and development, right? Like a company does for you to grow more. So you have to maybe cut money some places to focus and double down on other places, just like a normal company that's listed on the stock exchange or the S&P 500 would do. And it can be difficult to make those decisions. You being CEO of your own company, which is your life. Um, some of my most painful experiences in life have been having to cut my losses or let people go um, that I have invested time heavily in. Um, I'm not going to name names, but I mean, I obviously, I've had a couple girlfriends about to let go in the past, and a lot of that hurts, bro, because I mean, you invest time in these people, and things can blow up out of nowhere, right? And you through time are able to see that, wow, this really isn't suiting me. This situation is not suiting me. And again, this is not a masculinity podcast, but you have to be able to, as a guy in his mid 20s, be able to decipher that earlier on you can decipher if someone's bringing you value or taking away from you any value or any peace of mind or resources, money, time, attention, commitment, whatever it is that you can't get back or can't easily replace or renew, um, that person's just better off not in your company, and that's okay. I'm someone also too that I worked in sales, and I've always said you always want to find someone that's fuck yes about you and not fuck no. So you want to get someone that says fuck no as quick as possible or find out if they're fuck no about you so you can get the fuck yes. So you don't spend 15 minutes doing a sales pitch on someone who's going to end up saying, "Nah, I'm good." When you can spend those 15 minutes and find the next person and pitch it to them that'll say fuck yeah in the first 30 seconds of your sales pitch. So to keep the
Yeah.
podcast on course and on track, to discuss value. Um, Value at the end of the day, at the core of it, also has to do a lot with self-love and respect you have for yourself. Right? If you're someone that doesn't break character, that doesn't break your word against yourself, and someone that keeps their word towards others, then you automatically a person of value because if you don't break your word towards yourself, you wouldn't break it towards others. That's just how that works. Um, so it's a topic that extends into various other topics, dude. I mean, this is not the direction at all I was picturing this episode to go in, but um, value, man. How people leave your presence is how you're defined as, right? So you're defined as someone as value depending on how people leave your presence. For me, as a dude in his mid 20s, I personally look at myself as someone that has value if people can leave my presence better than how they entered it. And I think that that's a very good, for me at least, that's how I lived my life the past couple of years, doubling down on self development and wanting to be a better person than I was yesterday for a better tomorrow.
Absolutely, man. It's like you said it perfectly. Self-love, self-investment, and establishing and constructing yourself as someone of value. That's one of the biggest depictions of self-love and your value as basically what defines you as a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That is our episode on value. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, on Self Dev Dialogues, at sign Self Dev Dialogues. We have the link in the description below. Um, thank you guys for your support. We're going to keep cranking these videos out, man, as often as possible. Episode 3 on the books already. And if there's any topics that people want us to discuss, obviously they can put it in the comments. We're just growing. We're very new to this, and the only direction is up from here.
Comment, like, subscribe, join us on the journey. The trajectory is up. It's not a matter of this being privatized. We want people to join us and learn with us as we go.